Our story began in 1918 when Baudouin built its first engine. We built for sailors who needed power they could trust in harsh marine conditions, demanding environments, and moments with no room for failure. That history shaped how we think about reliability. Real durability is not about luck. It comes from understanding what breaks, why it breaks, and how to engineer systems that continue to perform under pressure. So this is not ancient history, it is our muscle memory. Why this still matters now? This matters now because APAC data centers are facing a new kind of pressure. It is not just growth, and it is not just capacity. AI has already changed the game. Workloads are more demanding. Users expect always-on services. Infrastructure is more complex. And the margin for error has become very, very small. In this environment, operators do not need novelty for its own sake. They need certainty, and they need proven ideas, tested in real conditions, from a partner who understands what mission critical really means. So, what does 100 years of reliability look like for today's data centers? First, performance. The Baudouin 20M61 genset delivers 6250 kVA with fast response, high efficiency operations, and rapid load acceptance for demanding power requirements. Second, sustainability. Baudouin supports all the flexible fuel strategies, including natural gas options, to help our customers to move towards lower emission profile. And third, delivery. We have the delivery time of only around 6 months, and Baudouin helps to keep projects moving without compromising quality or reliability. So together, these are not just separate features. Okay. Okay. They are just one reliability stack: performance, sustainability, and delivery confidence. For APAC data center builders, this is about more than just adding capacity. You are building the nervous system of the region, the backbone of commerce, communication, and the critical services. And that responsibility demands more than just equipment. It demands a partner who understands what never fail really means. And Baudouin brings durable engineering, robust performance, and more than a century of learning into every generator we build. APAC's digital future is being built right now, and let's make sure it is powered by certainty. So we are at booth 32, and our team will be very happy to continue this conversation and discuss your data center power requirements. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Kiko, and a reminder to visit them at stand 32 if you want to find out more. I'd like to introduce now the second presenter of today. I have Elvis Wang, who's from Google Power. If I'd like to welcome you straight up on stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Elvis Wang for Google Power. This is the second time stand on the stage, do this speech for, yeah. Okay, together with our partner MID, I'm very happy to show you our repeat deploy power solution made for AIDC. Today, build AIDC is very hard. AI training needs a lot of power all at once, so the transient load would be large. Also, putting huge power into into small space is a big problem for this whole industrial. So to fix this problem, Google Power made the all-in-one containerized modules. We put megawatt class power into a small space. Actually, we can integrate 3 megawatts of power into a standard container, 40-foot standard container. Yeah. The second is the load transient response, because our product, our engine can match ISO 8528 G3 standard, so the response is so quickly, and the continuous DCP option means we can operating at 1% load with no time limited. And our engine has a compact and smaller size, so we can integrate it in the container, and the weight is lighter, so the performance is good. For the operating and the maintenance, we will but in the AI race, speed is just as important as power. We built everything in our factory. All parts are pre-made and fully tested before ship. This save a lot of time for your projects. This system can easy to ship and easy to handle the customer clearance. Also, we pay more attention for the fuel system. For a fuel system, in Indonesia, they will use B40. So right now we are testing the equipment. Maybe we will finish this test and supply the equipment for the B40 and the next B50. In the future, right now our DCP power covers 1.8 megawatt to 3 megawatt. In the short future, we will extending to 5 megawatts, maybe by 2030. Right now, our power range can cover 1.8 to 3 megawatts. We have 2 engines, 16 cylinders and 20 cylinders. The displacement is 86 and 1,008 liters. And our product has a feature is the space is smaller. The height and the weight is the same at the same zeros. The difference is the cylinder is different, the length is different. So to be honest, we can save a lot of space in the containers. Just like this, we use a QTA 16V engine. We can save approximately 35 to 40 centimeters for the maintenance space in the container. The space is very, very nice, and the weight is about 30 tons to 35 tons. This is our QTA 20V. We can integrate 3 megawatt in this container. Yeah. We use the remote radiator. For delivery, only 2 40-feet container. So this is our product features as for the full power range, repeat deployment. We can control the lead time within 3 months, and saving space saving like this. This is some application cases in China. In China, where our clients, just like China Unicom, Telecom, Mobile, and some other data center project. So that's all the presentation. Thank you for your time. We stand at our booth is number 3. So welcome to our booth.
Thank you so much to Elvis, and as he mentioned, they're at stand number 3 if you'd like to go and see them and find out more. I'd now like to introduce our third speaker of the day. I have Budaman from Huawei.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Today I'm honored to join this event in front of you, discussion about how Huawei build AIDC. Okay. Before I continue, I will introduce myself. Can email me or WhatsApp me if you have need more detail about the Huawei product, how Huawei developed the AIDC in our Indonesia customer. Okay, starting for the AIDC. Why now AIDC more and more development in Indonesia customer? Because AIDC is a trend of the data center now, and in the AIDC consume a lot of power because AIDC need to do the trading, need to do the modeling of the AI, consume of a lot of GPU. The GPU below is a Huawei asset. Huawei have own GPU. So example, I use Huawei product solution for GPU. We have the SuperNode, and the SuperNode we combine become the big SuperPod, and then SuperPod combine become the big cluster. Because of this, AI need this processing. Of course, also need more power for generate and training the AI. Huawei have experience running AI. Huawei Cloud at China, we also serve our customer use the AI services. Now, how we diversify compute and power? Refer to the power. Of course, the data center, the AI denser have multi-level of the low power density. Inside the DC, AI have the low density, medium density, or high density. Now, Huawei, in this stage, Huawei have AC UPS, alternating current UPS for serve our customer. But in the future, next year, we will continue develop the DC direct current UPS. Okay, and then in the future, more future after DC UPS, we will develop the SST. What is SST? SST is solid state transformer. You can see the topology of the power transformer and DC UPS no more in the SST. So we will integrate the SST for simplify the installation for support our customer AI DC data center. How the diversify the power system refer to the density. Okay, if the power density below 30 kilowatt, we can use the normal AC UPS. If the density more than 300, less than 300 kilowatt, we also can use DC UPS. How about if the power density more than 300 kilowatt, we will go to SST. This is the roadmap of the power system Huawei ongoing develop for simplify the technology of the power. Of course, end of the system, the target is efficiency and simplify the system. Next one, of course, battery, or we call it multi-level energy storage. Huawei have solution from the grid level, campus level, data hall level, until the chip level. This is developed whole by Huawei system. Our R&D developed the energy for the support the data center end to end. Of course, the top priority of the Huawei product is safety, because the lithium battery now in this industry we are concerned about the safety. Okay, this is an example. This is the example, yeah, how Huawei developed the AIDC. We have the IT port. If later you can come to my our Huawei booth, 27 booth, I will explain what is IT port. And now we are concerned in the power port. So this is power port, is outdoor. Inside the power port is contain this kind of equipment, LV, transformer, and the generator. So I give you example, let you imagine how we develop the power port in our customer. The example project in Johor, so how we deliver the power port, speed up customer time to market, refer to their requirement. This is the power port. We build a standard power port in our factory with the build quality is a factory quality, and then we test the performance before we shipment to the site. So you can see the power port installed inside the container because the customer requirement is outdoor type. If you need the power port in the indoor type, also we have. So this is the process how we develop the power port, and before shipment, we make sure everything find the quality, and then we will ship to the customer site. So you can see at the set location project, even the DC hall building not ready yet, our power port already arrived. And you direct connect the power supply, incoming power direct connect to our power port. So this is how we deliver and speed up our customer time to market. Okay, thank you for the time for today sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Budaman, and a reminder that if you'd like to find out more, they're at stand 27. I'd like to introduce the fourth presenter for today. I have Palanilapan Muthuraman, who's from Langley Holdings Power Solutions. Please come welcome you on stage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to present to you how to protect the AI infrastructure. From breakdown. So, my name is Palanilapan Muthuraman. I'm the Managing Director of Pillar Power in Singapore. So, before we look at how to protect power infrastructure, let's look at what is the problem that's going on with the current AI infrastructure. Why does it break the conventional power? As you can see there, the two graphs. One is the non-AI workloads. Non-AI workloads is very stable, very less deviation and oscillations from the maximum capacity, whereas the AI workloads have a huge oscillation and huge difference, tens of megawatt of power that oscillates in few milliseconds time. That's the first fluctuation in power demand problem. The second issue is about the conventional generators, turbines and generators, which have the limitation in instantaneous load changes that cannot absorb or deliver power when the load changes. The third is when you have a weak grid or your island power, they're not unable to take up these frequency changes and thereby disturbing your power generation and then breaks the conventional load. Having looked at what causes this problem on the conventional power load, let's see if there are any solutions to solve that. Of course, there are many solutions currently which matches this AI demand or what people claim to match this AI demand. But they're either complex, slow, expensive, but still doesn't solve the basic problem. So you can see a containerized UPS solution or centralized UPS, a BESS solution, race power flow, and also rack level synchronization. So each of them have typical issues, like either it does not stabilize the generators, the batteries degrade, you have a limited C rate, you have high baseline fuel, high operating cost, and also residual multi-megawatt power that goes back to the grid. So as such, these solutions do not attend to the problem that we have and still flows back to the power generation. Now, we will introduce the Shield X, which is the dynamic power stabilizer, which addresses all the problems that I showed earlier. But let's see how these AI transients are stabilized with the solution, and let's break down how this particular system is. Basically, it consists of two major components. You have a high inertia stabilizer. What does a high inertia stabilizer do? The high inertia stabilizer gives you a continuous electromechanical power. This continuous electromechanical power is a synchronized spinning. And the best of all, it's battery free, whereby you don't have to replace any batteries over the lifetime of the equipment, and it works good for 20 years' time. And then the impact is instantaneous response. It responds to millisecond needs of the power demand from the AI data sector and delivers massive short circuit current. It also maintains voltage stability and frequency stability with plus or minus 1%. Now, having looked at one of the components, which is the stabilizer, let's look at the second component, which is the power exchange module. So these power exchange modules are rapid, instantaneous, and provides active power and absorbs active power as required. Handles load ramp engines, which engines cannot follow, bridges sudden generation loss, and absorbs surplus energy. Now let's look at how a system is without the shield X. When you don't have a shield X, an island power has multiple generators here, but they are oversized power plants, okay, in order to maintain the transient, high risk of power trip, and also unstable, and the frequency fluctuates a lot. The result is elevated fuel burn, higher capex. Now, when you install the shield X, you can see the number of generators that you are installing there on the baseload power generation drastically reduces with the introduction of shield X. Thereby, you have a right-sized power plant, reducing your capex, fully technology agnostic. You can either use engines or turbines or other power generators. Stability is there. You have a complete smooth ramp, and then it meets the tier 3 or tier 4 standard of 5 nines by uptime, zero battery, and no degradation at all over the lifetime of the equipment. Shield X protects AI infrastructure. If you want to learn more, please come down to our booth at 50 here, Langley Power Holdings. We'll explain to you more into this technology of how it protects AI power loads. Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And just a reminder that if you'd like to find out more, they're at stand 50. I'd now like to welcome our fifth presenter of the day. I have Benoit Mattei, who's the Marketing Director for Southeast Asia from Legrand.
Good afternoon, everybody. So we all know around the room, and I'm not going to bore you with that, the limit today of the growth of data center is not that much the demand, but the power, and especially the power going to IT. That means that obviously this access to the power of the grid, but also the efficiency that we are getting at the IT level. And the reality is we have plenty of losses all across the data centers. We have losses at the conversion level, we have losses in the distribution, we have losses at the cooling, and all those inefficiencies add up. So what I wanted to convey to you is more methodology than a product. The first one is to reduce the consumption of non-IT equipment. Basically, every megawatt that we're not bringing to the IT, we're losing. Basically, we have inefficiency. So if we do less loss, less heat, we will need less heat, we will need less cooling. So it's a positive chain of reaction. And I wanted to take the example of a new product we're going to launch, which is a UPS, and we move from 97.5 to 98.6. So this point of efficiency is actually an increase or a decrease of 45% of the inefficiencies. So this is directly usable in the IT equipment. The next point is we need to. Sorry. The next point is we need to make those efficiencies repeatable, because when you include variability on site, then you're leading to inefficiency. So we need to standardize, we need to industrialize. And that's why Legrand brings to the market different ways to do that. First way, power pods, skids, etc., with the brand SRS, pre-engineered busway systems with link, and pre-engineered structural hack. And here you find Starline, CRS, and Cablefield, for example. Last but not least, we need to prepare for the future, and Legrand is on this trend as well. Obviously, today we have cooling systems that are precision cooling that either work on their own up to 92 kilowatts per rack, or that work in conjunction with single-phase systems. We obviously working on double-phase systems with companies like Asexios. We're gonna launch, we are launching right now some OCP products together with U-System, Raritan, etc. And obviously, this is going to increase the efficiency of the data center itself. Not to mention that obviously we're working on 800 volt DC, but that's going to come only in the years to come, not just right now. So for me, and we can speak specifically about some products on our booth number one, but it's a methodology. First, reduce the consumption of the product itself, then industrialize the way you deliver this product, and then get a product where you have the ability to upgrade. That's basically the three messages that I wanted to convey, because yes, every megawatt of inefficiencies today are megawatts that you are losing for IT. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Benoit, and a reminder that if you'd like to find out more, you can visit Legrand at stand 1. I'd now like to introduce our sixth presenter of the day. We have Jarjin Tan from Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Please welcome on stage.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. So, my name is Jasing from MHI ESA, Mitsubishi Heavy Industry and System Asia. Very happy to see everyone here in Bali. And today, I'm going to spend a few minutes of your time to introduce you to Mitsubishi Heavy Industry and why it is important for your data center needs. As the data center continue to expand rapidly around the region, reliable standby power is becoming more critical than ever. And this is where the Mitsubishi Generator series comes in. Let's get into it. A little context of who we are. So MHI ESA is a subsidiary group of the MHI Group, a multinational organization spanning aerospace, defense, energy, and heavy machinery. Within that group, we sit under MHI ET in Japan, specializing in engine manufacturing and power generation solution. And what this means for you, we are not a standalone company. We are backed by the full strength technology and global reach of the MHI Group. That's the foundation, everything we built on. Customers are not just buying a generator set. They are investing in a long-term infrastructure partner. Now to the star of the deck, the Mitsubishi Generator series, or the MGS-R. It is designed with three things in mind: speed to market, versatility across industry, and providing a true turnkey solution. Whether you need a 50 Hz series or a 60 Hz series, so ranging from 385 kVA all the way up to 3025 kVA, so we can supply to your needs. As for data center specifically, that power range and flexibility is critical. You need something that fits your load requirement and also your design right out the box. And that's where the MGS-Rs deliver. And aside that, data center continue to scale rapidly across the APAC region, having a reliable and scalable standby power solution becoming more important than ever. Next, what set us apart is also providing an end-to-end solution. So we do our enclosure solution. So these are market-driven design that connects to real industry needs, to engineering and backup design by our strong engineers. Everything is just built for performance. With our 2 megawatt enclosure, which offer a proven modular solution, our advanced synchronizing units that give you flexibility at scale. On top of that, robust quality assurance is also provided by every unit that leaves our facility. Think of it as a power infrastructure that is engineered to last and perform from day one. For operators, this also means easier deployment, simplified maintenance planning, and better operational reliability throughout the project lifecycle. A great product is also only as good as the support behind it. And this is where we go even further. We will serve as the regional service headquarters for MGS by providing a 24/7 after-sales support and for operator training. Alongside that, our dedicated spare part team ensure critical and genuine parts are always readily available, ensuring minimum downtime and keeping your operational running. That is where our commitment to every customer across the APAC region. Because in the data center environment, even a short disruption can cause significant operational impact. So we do rapid response, maximum uptime. That is our commitment to every customer across APAC. So find us at booth 39 and also see you at the beach party tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, next up, I'm pleased to welcome to the stage Deborah Siebold-Egeland from Sage Oak AI, and she'll be here to speak to us about leveraging AI for greener AI. Thank you.
Hi, thank you all for coming and listening in. My name's Debbie Siebold-Egeland. Very nice to be here today. After 21 years at a really large engineering company, I recently left and started my own company called Sage Oak AI. Our mission is leveraging AI for greener AI. So setting some context, we're all here today because of this rapid data center explosive growth. So we all understand that. Rapid growth going out globally, but especially here in APAC. But it does come with risks, right? Water scarcity, depending where you are, biodiversity impact, and we hear a lot about power in a lot of the panels today and tomorrow. So yes, there is explosive growth, but there are these risks. So what the risks are leading to, and we're starting to see this already, is some very negative outcomes. There's either canceled or delayed projects. For example, in the Netherlands, Meta had a project because of water and land use was canceled. Ireland has grid strain and a lot of permits restricted. In Singapore, we all know about the moratorium, mostly raised due to energy intensity. That has been lifted, but there's some restrictions now on PUE and other requirements that data center companies have to make. In the US, it's estimated over $64 billion already in delayed or canceled projects due to water and power, especially in Virginia, Texas, and California. In Quebec, Canada, water rights are creating delays and renegotiations, and closer to home in India, the many water-stressed regions are causing delays and restrictions on design about recycling. So bottom line is that data centers have to evolve or they risk losing their social license to operate, and projects will be stopped. So it's not all doom and gloom. There are solutions out there, and that's what I'm here to talk about. So really, I'm trying to leverage AI for greener AI. So one thing I'm focusing on is called Task Force Task Force on Nature-Related Financial Disclosures, or TNFD. Recently, a draft sector guidance specifically for data centers was just released. Comments were just sent in, and that guidance will be specific for data centers. So what I'm doing is taking this framework that goes beyond carbon. It's now including water, biodiversity, and community. So these are the things you're going to start hearing as a data center operator. But what Sage Oak AI is doing is we're creating AI agents for the different steps of the TNFD process. So for the locate stage, we're using some geospatial mapping. For evaluate, we're looking at impact and dependencies, assessing risks and opportunities, and finally, preparing to report and disclose. So again, this is not just carbon, this is moving on to water, community, and biodiversity. So just two quick case studies for you guys. The first one is a project in Southeast Asia. As you know, Southeast Asia has beautiful biodiversity. I love that we even have plants on the stage here. But also climate vulnerability and a growing data center footprint. So how do these coexist? So what I'm doing is working on mapping those impact and dependencies for this co-location provider and applying the LEAP framework, so for the Task Force for Nature-Related Financial Disclosures, that locate, evaluate, assess, prepare, really try to understand what your key biodiversity areas are, how the community feels about you coming in, what your water usage is going to impact. So the outcome, this gives a competitive differentiator to this co-location provider to attract hyperscalers. It also satisfies sustainable linked loans and gives them real tangible actions that the community actually cares about. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. Second case study I'm very excited about is a co-location project I'm working on. And this data center is co-locating with a water treatment plant. So the data center has this excess heat. The water treatment plant can use that heat for their biological processes. The water treatment plant has waste biogas. The data center can use that in a fuel cell. So the outcome really is one industry's waste is another industry's treasure. Money saved, emissions saved, and the key here is that increase in social license to operate. That is the key. So my work here was really bringing together the water treatment plant, the data center client, the chip provider, the engineering partner, calculating and communicating the environmental benefit. So bottom line, let's move from risk to resilience. Data centers are at the heart of digital growth, but we really have to earn our social license to operate. So this framework called TNFD, the Task Force on Nature-Related Financial Disclosure, it moves operators from that compliance-only stage to strategy and advantage. Also, consider co-location. It can save money and emissions. So my call to action today really is for operators, start integrating beyond carbon into your ESG strategies. Look at water, community, biodiversity. Please come find me after. That's my website, and I'm also around, happy to chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Deborah there. Now our next speaker of the day is Zhu Dong Lu from Schneider Electric. I'd like to welcome him to the stage now. Thank you.
First of all, thank you so much for DCD to having me here to present the next generation of Schneider technology. As we all know, in this day, AI become a strategic capability now, which clearly impacting all the sectors, which including automotive, semiconductor, life and science, and logistics. With this AI advancement, we basically can see those technologies turn those capabilities into an enterprise daily operations. Well, we look at we're just looking ahead. AI now is pushing data center into a much faster life cycle. With the compute hardware changing rapidly, and also the deployment change happens in different speed right now. Accelerated computing has changed entire infrastructure dynamics totally. So how can we keep up to design a faster, smarter, more sustainable, and efficient data center? At Schneider, we are the world's largest solution providers to the data center world. We have a proven global leaderships to bring unmatched scale of the manufacturing and R&D capability, and of course, along with our global ecosystem in AI space. Right. This industry is evolving so quick. Right now, those are facilities considered as an AI factory now, not a data center. Because those design and operations, the operation needs has fundamentally changed completely. So one estimate actually say 60% of a data center deployment will be used for AI. Meanwhile, another estimate says 75% AI workload actually powered by the liquid cooling, which implies how much technologies needs to be changed compared with the traditional data center. Today, AI infrastructures depends on the life cycle thinking, not just isolated deployment phases. Right? Market players are seeking for the validated reference design to reduce their risk and optimize their time to market. Right? Our role is to show how Schneider technologies enable those design at every stage. Well, we consider that the 5 pillars to how to design advanced AI factories. We start from the architecting, power, cooling to support your AI densities. Then move to the next stage. We actually provide a variety of the tooling digitally to estimate the capacity and the performance now in time and the futures. Then down to the build stage, right? We adopt a modular concept and repeating process to reduce overall project lead time. When the data center be built, right, we have operation stage. Again, we use IoT, big data analytics, of course AI, to monitoring your infrastructure in time and predict the potential problems which might occur in the future. Last but not least, right, we have additional digital platforms to concentrate and focusing on the value of the life cycle. I love to talk about our ecosystem and the collaborations, right? Especially for the NVIDIA and the Schneiders, right? NVIDIA's in this day, they are the only most influential voice in the market. But actually, as a Schneider, we began this journey with the NVIDIA in past 3 years. I think the approach for us is very unique in the industries, right? We actually apply our engineering resource directly working with the NVIDIA engineering teams to co-develop the highly engineered reference design. So by using those reference design, which help us also to understand the dynamic of the AI factories in this day. And meanwhile, we're also using those reference design to start the conversations with our customer. Well, we also, additionally, we can use that to educate our partner as well. Right. If you're interested, please feel free to scan this QR code. You can access all the reference design, which is we created along with NVIDIA. I think I have a lot more to share. However, I must stop here. Thank you so much. Our booth is around the corner. You can't miss it. If you got time, feel free to join us. Thank you.
Do you want the handout? You're happy with it?
You're going to use this mic or podium?
I'd like to welcome to the stage Rowan Evans, Head of Sales for Toshiba. Thank you, Rowan. Over to you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Rowan Evans. I'm from Toshiba International in Australia. As we all know, the data center industry is growing at an incredible pace. We're driven by things like cloud, AI, workloads, and higher density compute. I'm sure we've heard this message many times today. As the facilities are becoming larger and more power hungry, one challenge seems to keep rising to the top, and that's power infrastructure. Today, project success isn't just determined by the IT equipment in the data halls, but rather it's determined by how secure, how we can deploy and how we can energise reliable power on schedule. So power has become the critical path, and it's creating a whole new set of challenges for operators across the region. Those challenges are being amplified by supply chain delivery pressures. Lead times are expanding, and we're seeing unpredictable lead times, while many projects still very heavily rely on a very small number of established vendors. At the same time, fragmented delivery models often mean that multiple interfaces and increased commissioning complexity. The result is simple. Power delivery risk is becoming project delivery risk. And that's why owners and developers are increasingly looking for ways to simplify and de-risk the power delivery model. This is where Toshiba tries to apply a different approach. Rather than supplying individual equipment, Toshiba, we try and support customers as the power infrastructure partner. Our portfolio includes everything from large power transformers up to 500 kV through to things like pre-engineered skids, integrated power solutions, UPS, etc. But because of Toshiba's global presence and global size, we've got quite a large manufacturing network, meaning that customers are not dependent on a single factory in a single region, and it helps generally reduce the procurement risk. And most importantly, and I think we've seen the message again today, that most of our products are factory assembled, they're integrated, and they're tested before coming to site, reducing those risks on site, simplifying delivery, and improving project certainty. In today's market, I think one of the biggest challenges facing operators is extended lead time. Our global manufacturing capabilities provide a real advantage in this space. Today, as lead times are expanding, we're still able to provide things like large power transformers in, say, 12 months, and skid and containerised solutions in 9 to 10 months. And of course, all of these come pre-tested, pre-integrated, ready to go. This means less labour at site, reduced exposure to safety issues, faster commissioning, and generally a greater certainty around the project delivery schedule. For operators, and there's many in the room today, looking to bring capacity online quickly, it means we can do it faster, reducing both the schedule risk and execution risk, which in these days is becoming more important than just reducing lead time itself. So as the data centre continues to scale at this extraordinary rate, operators need to ensure that the power infrastructure strategy develops with it. The challenge isn't about securing power equipment, it's about securing it from vendors and suppliers that consistently deliver the quality, the capacity and the certainty at the scale that the market demands. Many projects continue to rely on this very small number of established vendors. However, as demand accelerates, operators need to consider vendors from outside the box. The conversation is no longer just about selecting a supplier, it's about building that resilient supply chain. With Toshiba's global manufacturing footprint, extensive power infrastructure experience and proven quality, we can provide operators with a trusted alternative without compromising performance. Thank you for your time. If you'd like to discuss your projects or any of the challenges you're facing, we're on stand 29 near the door on the way out. I'd love to continue the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for these fantastic presentations. The next session, panel discussion, is about to start. Please bear with us for 60 seconds whilst we get the stage ready.